See this unique plant? That's a type of orchid that grows here in Central Europe. It probably grows in other parts of the world too, but it is one of Central European orchids. I have to put my hand behind the camera because it cannot focus. I don't have manual focus on this camera, and this autofocus doesn't work very well. This is an orchid. Doesn't grow very big compared to my hand. And it's not green because it doesn't produce any chlorophyll. It's unique among plants. It's actually somewhere between plants and mushrooms. And because it doesn't produce any chlorophyll, it doesn't really need sun rays in order to convert CO2 into oxygen and feed itself. But don't quote me on that, I'm not a biologist. I just know it's very unique in the plant world, that it's hardly considered a plant. And because it doesn't use the sun for nutrition, it gets its nutrients from cooperation with the mycelium, which is the underground network of mushrooms, so to speak. It gives the mycelium some nutrients, I believe sugars, and then the mycelium pays back by giving it minerals. It's a symbiotic relationship. It's called bird's nest orchid because its roots, which I'm not going to show you because I don't want to uproot it, look like a bird's nest. But this bird's nest orchid is not really the primary reason why I stopped here. Even though it is kind of cool and unique, the primary reason is this. I have to walk a little bit, jump over this twig. This one here. This one's even more unique, very precious. This to me looks like a very young helleborine. But I'm gonna have to wait until it grows a little bit more because it's difficult to identify. It's fairly young, just sprouted out of the ground. Probably White Helleborine or Narrow-Leaved Helleborine. That won't be clear until the plant matures a little bit more. I'm gonna have to wait until it blooms, until the flowers form. There is another type of helleborine that grows in these parts of the world, and that's the red helleborine. However, these flowers have not opened up yet, so it's hard to tell, but that could be white. Gonna be White Helleborine or Narrow-Leaved Helleborine. We'll see. I'm gonna keep an eye on it, I'm gonna revisit, and I'll keep you posted. But this is a very unique, very rare, hard to come across orchid. I am really excited for this find, and I'm gonna come back, definitely. Gonna have to remember this spot. Not like it's easy in the woods, right? Everything looks like this, and somewhere in the middle of it this thing grows on the ground. Beautiful orchid. Here's another bird's nest orchid. Of course we're in spring, so there's a lot of pollen in the air, and it's just covering everything on the ground, including the plants. But this orchid is in nice bloom. Well, for this type of orchid trees. These guys are kind of rare, but not as rare as helleborines. So I'm not surprised to have found another one, but I don't expect to find that many helleborines. That would be exciting, I would love that, but well, you never know, it could happen, but it is a rare plant. So are these, but not as rare.